I told y'all, wait for the Patreon. This is nothing. You see the red button, huh?
We got OG the different type of form today. We don't see
think about
like
that shit.
I
Yeah,
could,
think
yo,
about
listen.
that shit all day, man.
I
we
Like,
don't see it like
man.
this too often.
I can tell when you text him twice that it's 7 p.m. and he goes, "Yo, I thought it was 6." And I go, I'm walking out of my car and I can't text you. I have a little service. I'm like, yo, put your glasses back on.
Yo, I link people and that be out the kindness of my heart, bro. I don't look for nothing, don't want nothing, and it's just like, yo, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how we all at Hollywood and we all ain't got nothing, bro.
That's a
Give
fact.
y'all just a quick story. A couple years ago, I'm in Vegas with one of my people, good brother, my family. Do what he do, get a couple, whatever. Yo, I don't drink. Everybody know that. We and Dre is lit. Yo, let's get some bottles. I said, for what, bro? I said, explain something to you. There's people in the world with billions of dollars. You think us getting 3 bottles is gonna do something? While we in there, Floyd is in there. I go, look, bro, Floyd Mayweather probably have $1 billion, bro. What's the? So the point is, just be cool with being yourself. The fronting, the this, the that, it's for what? It's for what? It doesn't make no sense. For me, the world we live in, if you can help, just help. If you can't, then don't act like you can. That's what I meant to say. I'm the type, if I don't rock with you, if we ain't cool, I'm not gonna act like y'all. I don't wish no harm on you. I don't wish no bad on you. But at the end of the day, still Fabe. If I could do something, I'm gonna do it, bro. Because that's just who cares. Flea right now, if I can link you with somebody that can help whatever business you doing. I'm not gonna have in the back of my mind. I ain't gonna do that because I ain't gonna get into that. Who cares? Yo, Flea, huh? Boom. But I don't care. Bro, so the world we live in is vicious out here, man. And at times it gets to me because I am human and I do have super tough skin. I don't let nothing bother me. But sometimes in life, some things is just like, yo, man, I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't.
This is the world we living in right now. I'm only laughing because like I've been watching how this shit works, right? And so I'm not saying you late, OG, but you've been giving
I am
people
late. I'm late, bro.
You've been giving a lot of people the benefit of the doubt for so
What up,
long,
Fish?
right? And I've been, been on this. This is how people are. Everybody in this social media world feels entitled. Everybody feels like they have a platform. Everybody feels like their opinion needs to be heard. I don't want to talk to none of you niggas, respectfully. I don't want to talk to you niggas. I don't like talking to a lot of you niggas. Like, I hate that they got to see this during the holiday season, but fuck it. Like, it is what it is. A lot of people run around with a sense of entitlement.
And Flea, what makes
Stop
it worse
that
is
shit.
the Knicks are starting out slow. We down 8 in the first quarter, and we know Orlando ain't got nobody. And this is a trap game that we could wind up losing. But Fabian, I apologize.
Thank you.
Let's get to it.
5-game win streak. They don't have their 2 best players. We're on the road. We could go in here and act like we don't care. That's a trap game, Fabian. Did you need a definition? This is one of those.
We got Brazil in the building. Let's go.
Big shout out to Brazil.
Yo, Flavio, man.
Brazil.
Yo, man. You might need to pull up on the screen and show us what Brazil's looking like right now. It's kind of cold and chilly in New York. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little nippy.
I only want to see one part of Brazil. I'm just saying. If it ain't the baddies, I don't want to see nothing. That's all.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. You know who we be, man. Well, you know who I be. We got the team in the building, man.
Ball suckers.
Come on, man.
That was a turnover too. Lord have mercy. That was looking like Brunson
going the other way.
And we ain't recorded, man, because
ho. What happened?
It's not recorded. It's not pre-recorded. We
Because you can play
live.
big talk late. It's all good. Nevertheless.
Listen, well, we got to make sure, listen.
I was trying to set it up, man.
Gotta watch this guy, Flea. I'm just saying, I drops is low, his drops is high. Just
load management. He been taking off a couple days. He got to get back right. He got to get back right.
He getting Bobby Brown by the week, man. Next thing you know.
I'm trying to think how to Roberto Brown. What's going on, man? Like you said, AllBall, slow start for the Knicks. They were down 18-6, but the Knicks just revved it up 18-16, 2-point deficit, man. And I was thinking the same thing you were. We can't start slow against the Magic because is it a trap game, Flea? The reason why I'm going to say no is because, number one, I hate to compare it to last year for all you guys that don't want to hear it, but I legitimately thought healthy last year we were a championship team. As of right now, I think we're a piece away. And number two, the Magic just beat the Celtics, came back down 22 against the Heat. They beat, who was the Heat, the Celtics, and somebody else that was crazy. That was impressive. And they just lost to the Heat by like 1 point without their guys. They're 3-4 in their last 7. They play tough defense no matter what. And that's what when you said the slow start, boy, I'm like, yo, we cannot have a slow start because they can hold you to 105 points and you're going to lose. The Knicks cannot. You got 3 guys now. Mikal Bridges is revving it up. I don't care what Josh Hart says. I'm not apologizing to you. You the one over here is documented, recorded with you changing up your jump shot in the middle of a game. No, thank you. You messed up. Either don't say nothing or tell us you're going, we're going to pick it back up during the season. He didn't say anything, and all he did was improve. So now we see it, and it's like, damn, Mikal's turning into the third option. Now we got 3 weapons on the offensive end, and I just can't see why we're going to have a slow start. Now with Bridges picking it up. Like, we're top 3 defense in the last month. And nobody's talking about Precious Achiuwa coming back and all that stuff revving up since he's been back. Now Bridges gets a lot more at the 2 guard. Is it a trap game? I can't say that because I expect to lose to anybody at any given time if we're off on the offensive end.
Well, I mean, I totally disagree. I don't think if your team is 85 to 95% healthy, you should not lose to a team that has maybe 2, 3 of their best players out. And that's just how I look at it. And to me, this is a trap game because this can be a game that we're on a 5-game winning streak. I think we won 9 out of the last 10 or 10 out of the last 11. And this is a game we can take for granted on the road. And we can get our butts whipped. Paul. So, and when you say we're 1 piece away, what piece are you talking about?
Could be Mitchell Robinson.
No, I was hoping. No, stay right there. I was hoping you would say that because we are 1 piece away, and I think that is the piece. My ideal starting 5 was always Bridges at the 2. My ideal starting 5 was Brunson at the 1, Bridges at the 2, OG at the 3, Pat at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Now we got Precious, we got Deuce, we got Hart, we got Shamit, we got Sims, we got Payne coming off the bench. So for me, that last game we won, listen, man, to me, Christmas Day, that was a big game for us. Because Wemby is right. So I think a game like tonight we have to win because I think after this we have Washington back-to-back, and these are wins we're gonna have to pile up because Flea said it last live. The second half of the season is gonna be tough. So we're gonna have to pile up as many wins as possible against some of these teams that's depleted, because what happens when we go on those 4-5 game road trips where we play in the top dogs and we may go 2-3, possibly 1-4, 3-2, 3-3. So I think we have to pile these wins up, especially when a team doesn't have any of their good players. And once again, and I pass the Flea after this. If we're 90% healthy and we're playing against Orlando Magic that don't have Ben Caro and Rodden and them guys, it shouldn't be close. I understand how good defensively Orlando is, but I don't care who they beat. We talking about our Knicks, this Knicks Rehab. I can give a damn about Boston, Miami, anybody. We should not lose this game. So for me, this is a very important game because this can take us from having an 8-9 game winning streak to now kind of being that inconsistent Tibbs team that we always talk about that we don't want to be. We got to start having some consistency. So I think tonight definitely we should win this game, and it is a trap game. Fabian, I disagree with you when you say it's not.
Before this last month, Lee, we started racking up these wins. We went into it saying, "Oh, I was trying to convince y'all this is an easy schedule. We should be beating these teams." And now we're 9-2, especially with Precious there. And now, second half of this season, the Knicks have the 9th toughest schedule. They're ranked the 9th toughest schedule in the rest for the rest of the way. The Magic have the 3rd easiest schedule. We're beating up the easy squads. Why is this a trap game?
I mean, because you could easily play down to the level of your competition. I've been watching Boston a lot do this all season long. Every time I turn around, Boston is getting bad losses to teams that they're just better than. And it ain't about, the team is just better than Boston or they played better than Boston. No, they came in the game ready to beat Boston because Boston is one of the better teams. And Boston is coming in like they ain't shit. We could turn it up in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, and get them out of here. And usually they find themselves in a dogfight in the 4th quarter. And usually those are games where they're not hitting threes. So the remedy for Boston, if they're not hitting threes and you can pound them on the glass, you have a chance to beat them. They don't scare me like they did last year. I'm gonna be honest. Boston does not put fear in me as a diehard Knicks fan. To be honest with you, Milwaukee and Philly, the way Philly got in their ass paused on Christmas Day, right? Like I know we're not talking about Boston, but I'm just saying that's how this could be turned into a trap game, Fabian. We 20-10 after the first 30 games, 10 games over 500. We're playing some of the best basketball we've played all season long. Like you said, top 3 defense in the month of December. OG is the best individual defender in the month of December in the league, right? Mikal Bridges is becoming one of those guys that we could depend on, right? And then not to mention our 1-2 punch is probably one of the best duos in the league, top 3. And I ain't talking 1 or 2. I mean, I ain't talking 2 or 3, right? Like we have everything it takes. I could stand on this now. I slept on it. I feel good. And OG gave me a little bit of confidence the other day. We have what it takes to win a championship this year. We got what it takes. We have it. We have it. We just got to put it together now. So, and last game against San Antonio, not so much the competition, right? Because they're not a championship level team yet. But we could have easily said, all right, we'll get the game against Orlando. We could have said, let San Antonio go have it. Wemby's having a phenomenal game, 40-15 or something like that. Yeah, we could just chalk it up. No, that's a game that we wanted to win, and we closed it out, right? So,
hold on, hey Fabian, can we real quick? I'm glad Flea kind of said that. Can we kind of stick a little bit on the Christmas game and kind of dissect that a little bit?
For sure.
I think that was the first time, and I might be over exaggerating, but I'm checking the score. That was the first time I seen Tibbs actually coach. And what I mean by that is Cat couldn't do nothing with Wemby. And when Tibbs decided to put Precious and OG on Wemby, that changed the whole dynamic of the game. It slowed Wemby down a little bit. Because now you got quicker feet on them, and you got guys that, they kind of hold their hat on defending, and he kept Cat on the bench. I think if Tibbs can coach, and I said that before the beginning of the season, if Tibbs can coach, we will win a championship. But he has to be able to make those adjustments. And if he didn't make that adjustment and stick with it, we would have lost that game on Christmas because we couldn't stop a nosebleed. And me and Fish was talking about this. Big shout out to Fish. We had a nice long talk about this. And San Diego was getting wide open 3-point shots. San Diego was getting whatever they wanted. Wemby, whatever he wanted. Embarrassed our MVP Cat that game. And Tom Thibodeau got out his stubbornness and got to give a big shout out to Flea. I got to give you your props, bro. Nobody thought Precious Achua belonged in the league but you.
Throw-in. They said they said he was a throw-in.
No.
Hold
Hold on. Let me give you your props. Hold on.
I appreciate you.
Because nobody in the basketball world, none of these big platforms, none of the people that get paid hundreds of millions of dollars, that's no shot at nobody, none of the big networks, nobody thought Precious Achua would be a positive for the Knicks, but you. That is a fact. That is 100% a fact. And that just goes to show your basketball knowledge, a person that do their homework and know the game. Tom Thibodeau, if he isn't stubborn and utilizing the bench and see the mismatches and see some of the things that will help and stick with it, we will win a championship. That was the first time. And like I said, I have to go look back. I can be exaggerating. That's the first time I seen Tom Thibodeau make a great adjustment and stick with it. And I was mad. He should have kept Brunson on the bench as well because Brunson was horrific once again. But he brought Brunson back in, and y'all seen what happened. He bailed Brunson out twice. Flea or Fabian, I'm going to pass the ball to one of y'all. Brunson, down the stretch, bro, you have to get it together. You have yet to keep us together down the stretch. He got bailed out twice. If Tom Thibodeau don't call that timeout, Brunson turns the ball over. It falls out of bounds. But think about this. We had another timeout left. Tom Thibodeau called the second timeout to advance the ball.
But see, Bridges, you don't take that three. You don't heat check up 6.
Right. Agree.
You don't heat check up 6.
Agree.
At that juncture of the game. Right?
Agree.
That's a bad shot.
Right.
It's a bad shot. And then we turn it over and Chris Paul hits the 3. Right? Like,
but Flea, how many times have we seen Brunson do this over? And I'm a Brunson stan. But how many times have we seen Brunson and Fabian, he alludes to it as well. Yo, bro, you keep running over that sideline. Yo, that was a turnover. And we've seen it over and over again. Even down the stretch, he would miss a clutch free throw. He would throw a bad turnover, or he would just turn the ball over. Tom Thibodeau, for the first time, looked like a great NBA head coach on Christmas because San Antonio was a good team. I agree, Flea. They're not championship contention, but they were 5th, 6th seed. They're playing way better basketball, and they have a legit superstar who can change the game on both ends of the floor. Right now, he's the best. He's the best two-way player in the game. No disrespect, Anthony Davis. That title ain't yours no more. I'm sorry, but Tom Thibodeau, if he can coach, we will win a championship.
I thought it was. Go ahead, Fabian. My bad.
Nah, I want to hear what you got to say.
No, I just thought it was the tale of 2 halves. Right, that first half they completely outplayed us. 24 and 11, 4 assists, 2 blocks from Wemby. Like he was completely took over that game in the first half. That third quarter, we got double digits from our 3 best players: Cat, Brunson, and Bridges. All 3 of them scored at least 10 points in that third quarter. We started defending, we started rebounding. Like we looked like a different team in the second half. And then that fourth quarter, you know, Bridges taking over for 15 points in the fourth quarter. I thought that was huge. Down the stretch of that game, Josh Hart and Precious Achua, I think for me, were the most important players down the stretch of that game. Precious had like 4 key rebounds down the stretch. Josh had 5. 3 of those was offensive rebounds, right? Like that's the game changer right there. When you are able to get offensive rebounds, big shout out to our guy, Mitchell Robinson. We missing him right now. But the fact that we could clean up the glass and get extra possessions and shit like that, like that's what puts us over the top. That's OG always says that we, you know, for the last couple of years, a game like that against San Antonio, we would lose, right? But yesterday, I mean, Christmas Day, we found a way to win. And finding a way to win, like Fish just said, like I was just saying, second chance opportunities, getting those offensive rebounds, getting those 50-50 ball, watching Josh Hart dive on the floor for loose ball.
Yes.
Like that's it right there. Bridges, 40 points, excellent. 20-something points from Cat, you know, big time shots from Jalen Brunson. But for me, the game balls go to Precious and Josh Hart. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists from Josh. Like, I'm not going to say it enough about Josh Hart.
Yeah.
John Starks could never. He could never.
Got us to the chip.
Yo, don't start that again.
But Fabian, before you go, what's the young man with the wild hair in San Antonio? I like his game.
My mom saw the screen.
Oh.
My mom saw the screen Christmas Day. She said, "Does that brother have green hair?" I said, "Yes,
right.
Green."
He said he was the Grinch. They tried to steal Christmas from us.
I know.
Before Fabian go, he even said when they talked to him at halftime and they asked him, you know, what y'all got to do different, and he said, second chance opportunities. He said the Knicks, they keep getting second chances, offensive rebounding, and you know, Fabian, Flea, you said it so great. Second chance opportunities, and that's what Mitch is going to bring back. And for us, that's when we're at our most dangerous. Go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
I think you hit it on the nose with Brunson. We've been complaining about that as much as we love him. That's his kryptonite for some reason. He's great. He looks for his rhythm, and that's why being clutch is a real thing as much as because LeBron comes to the league and Skip Bayless goes against them. People say, "Oh, that's not a real thing," and it's like, nah. We've seen like Joe Johnson and Robert Horry and guys just perform out of nowhere. They could be 0 for 1,000 and just some way, somehow, the gods bless them in clutch moments. And Brunson ain't got that. He just ain't got that. But Cat does. I think Cat got ice in his veins in crunch time. But what's going to cost us is that we don't have the Bridges go-to. I think he could get an easier shot, and so can Cat in crunch time, in those with the shot clock winding down. Any one of those situations where we need a bucket, they're going to get easier baskets, especially when you draw it up for them, especially when Brunson can go. Look what he's showing all year when he had like, well, at one point it was like 22 and 9. He was averaging like 22 and 11, like five straight games. And the other thing for me is for the second chance points. Listen, man, that Cat got to do something with the foul trouble. Cat got to do something with the foul trouble, bro. You in foul trouble way too early in the game.
He fouled out the Christmas game.
I didn't even realize that.
Did he? Did he foul out the Christmas game?
I just thought
either he fouled out the Christmas game or the game against Toronto.
Well, I know he had 5. I
definitely
thought
Toronto.
Just catch him on the bench. I'm here, Toronto. He definitely fouled out.
Okay, so that's the game. Okay,
but it hurts us because you're a 7-footer and and bro, he's been getting 20 rebounds, 18 rebounds. I don't know. It's tough if you're Tibbs to go, all right, you got to sit down with 6 minutes left because you're bound to be tired and just get 2 extra fouls. Or I keep saying this, when you watch Jalen Suggs, he's obviously all defense, but he gets away with a lot. So his reputation and the fact that he's persistent, the refs are going to give these players the calls. Cat's reputation doesn't precede himself as a defender, so they're not going to give you the calls. So I'm always saying, oh, they got to start talking to the league office or something.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all already know we always got to show love to the big bro, former NBA player, former Clipper, our family. Keith Kloss is in the building. And please, everybody, I need to subscribe to his YouTube page. Post it up with Boss Kloss. He be having a lot of legendary people on there. Listen, man, good brother right there. Big shout out to Keith Kloss. Family for life, man. What up, big bro? Happy holidays to you and your family.
We lying about a lot, OJ. Keep Kloss. We just
Kloss. We'd never lie, especially with you on the screen. That's what we love about you, and we'll humble someone like myself. And I know my brethren share the same sentiments, man.
For sure.
People like you that ain't gotta be real. How you started the show off, boy? Like he didn't have to come on the show. He didn't have to you don't have to be in the comments. You don't have to show us love.
Been solid ever since we met him, bro. Like, yeah, man. So, man, I went on a rant earlier, but guys like Fish, Keith Kloss, Alexander Acker, Theo Ratliff, Kenny Anderson, SNS, Antoine Walker, the list can go on and on. Those guys are what keeps us going, man. Guys like that don't have to support they can be on a high horse and they deserve to be on a high horse, but they're very humble and they act just like us, man. Human beings, good brothers, have been solid ever since day one. So gotta show those guys love, man. Appreciate y'all.
Landry Shamet just entered the game, y'all.
I was just gonna say,
Big Landry.
That is not Fabian on with a Knicks jersey on. That is
that's not AllBall. Yo, that's a crazy mix.
Driven
y'all look at Landry Shamet.
Driven Athletic Academy, Booger Smith. Like I said, the list can go on. Truck Brian, Momo. It's just so many people that show love. So gotta salute all y'all, man. Appreciate all them brothers, man. But Keith Claus, come on, man. Look, fan for life, bro. He already know. Yes.
Yeah, man. The Knicks down by 3 points in the second quarter, early in the second quarter. I don't like the fact that we only got 28 points. That's pissing me off already. Like can't get in the rhythm, and it's hard to get in the rhythm with the Magic, man. That's the other thing.
Yeah. See, I don't mind. Yeah. Flea, see, a game like this, I just want to win. I don't mind how the win comes, but I don't want us to go down 10, 15 points. See, that's the problem I have with us. Orlando was tough. They're physical. They're going to play hard, and they're at home. So I understand a low-scoring game, but let's get the win.
I love the way Precious is playing defense right now. Lord have mercy. Like, there's 3 possessions where Wendell Carter Jr. is trying to seal him, and he's not letting himself get sealed. Like, I love this shit. Like, thank you, Precious.
The only thing here is Bitsati got 11, Suggs got 11, and Isaac got 7. Like that. That's what the difference was with last year and this year. You can ruin everybody's rhythm, and then you don't have to they're hitting 3-pointers like crazy, and that's crazy because the Magic don't shoot 3-pointers well. It might be the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. And the tip style defense has always been to give up a 3. At some point, you get that rock around, they're gonna give up an open shot. So how do we get into a rhythm in this game? Is it just Brunson taking over because Suggs and that point of attack is tough?
This is the last time we played against the Magic. I don't know if Cat played, but Brunson had a big game, 31 points. I think it was on the road. I think it was here. Like, this is the 3rd time we playing them. So that lets you know how they doing this schedule. It's the 3rd time we played Orlando, and we just hit Christmas. We're not even in the new year yet. So you got to finish that, Carl.
But Flea, remember, this game is like the Pelicans game. What I always tell y'all, that was a dogfight. Them guys wasn't missing, but we hung in there. And then, after a while, talent is going to outweigh that during, the duration of the game. But what I always say, a wounded animal is the most dangerous animal. And we all know teams get up to play against the Knicks. That's just what it is. Whether they're fully healthy or they're depleted, they want to play great against the Knicks. So we have to get up for every game. And a game like today, I agree with LB So Wavy. A game like this, throw everything out the window. Let's get the win. It's going to be a dogfight. Let's lock up. Let's match their physicality, and let's just get the W. Because Orlando Magic is not going to lay down. Simple and plain. So games like this, we just have to get the win to also show, like in New Orleans, that we can win in a dogfight. Because these guys are all professionals. They made it to the NBA, so they can play. So we can't look at certain teams because they don't have their guys and play down to that level. No, we don't. Defense. So, I think a game like tonight, we just got to pull out the win. Whether it's ugly or cute, it doesn't matter.
Yo, Flea, Fish is hitting this on the nose. Trap them, put pressure on them on the perimeter because make them put the ball on the floor. All right, y'all can't shoot 3-pointers.
That's y'all watching, so I don't want to step in what you say.
But talk about it.
No, I'm just saying because in literal real time, we just got to stop. Because I said to myself, like, why is Tibbs throwing Landry Shamet in the game so early? Landry came to defend. I'm watching him the first 3-4 possessions down. He hit a 3 in the corner, but he's also active hands, sliding his feet, like just playing out there. Like, if you're gonna get him in the game early, he gonna do that. Play this kid. And
the other thing is, how frustrated were we with watching Golden State 10-man rotation out there, 12-man rotation actually. Orlando has done that. New Orleans, Atlanta, a bunch of teams have had that, but we know Tibbs is not putting them rookies out there for that. Going into the season, the Knicks should have known that. That's why they got campaign and they wanted Shamet, because Tibbs is going to trust them veterans. And now we got the veteran guy that hurt his shoulder, dislocated his shoulder. Shamet is back after going to the G League. I think they won the championship over there, the G League Knicks team in Westchester. And to your point, Flea, he comes to the game, he's D'ing up, and Tibbs is going to trust you. He's going to leave you out there. You're going to have to lose Tibbs' trust, because he's not going to, it's harder for Kolick and Huck Porty to earn Tibbs' trust than it is for Shamet to lose it and campaign to lose it. Because
you said that beautifully.
Because they're veterans in the game. Like and it makes sense. Don't get me wrong. As much as I get pissed with Tibbs, it makes sense because you're setting up for the playoffs. As much as we want to develop Kolick in them, you want to have a playoff atmosphere, and this is how you do it. Letting Shamet, like you said, run amok, get some turnovers, see if Cat can do something.
Big.
Yeah,
be big.
Cat.
That's what I love about him. He's not settling for threes every time down. He puts you on the block, and he do a jump hook going left, jump hook going right. I like that from him. I got a question for y'all. I know we're not doctors. I got a question for the chat too. Julius Randle had the same injury as Landry Shamet. Why did it take so long for him to recover than it did Landry Shamet to recover?
I don't think it's the same injury.
Okay. All right.
Like the way because Julius is doofy, bro. And the way he landed on his shoulder, that's 300 pounds or whatever on his shoulder.
But Julius took surgery. Landry didn't get surgery.
Right. He opted because he wanted to come back.
Yeah, he didn't get surgery. Okay.
Also, so that adds to it. But I also think just the way he landed, it was reckless.
This nigga's coming in the game open.
Jalen Suggs is here. Come on, Jalen Suggs. He had a bad game last time. We know Mo Wagner, all these energy dudes that cause wreak havoc, they show up against us too, man. They want to be on the back page of New York. They know this. But this guy,
well, y'all gotta remember, a team like Orlando, they're on the rise.
Appreciate the chat for answering my question, yo.
Yes, they had success, for the first time in a long time. They're a good team, a well-coached team. So, they understand that, we just waiting for our guys to come back. So they're not going to lay down. They ain't thinking about tanking. They ain't thinking about none of that. And they got a good little crew. So, games like this is very important to win, because you have to be able to win tough games if you think you're going to make a big run in the playoffs. If you can't win tough games down the stretch, if you can't win no dog fights, if you can't win no physical games and low-scoring games, you will not be successful in the playoffs. Because all playoff games are not going to go 130, 140, 120, 130. No. Some of them games are going to be 90s, 80 versus 90. So games like this, we have to but it comes full circle. Tom Thibodeau has to coach. Simple and plain. Games like this, you use the 9-10-man rotation. You figure out the mismatches. You see what's working, what's not in. You roll with it. I'm going to say it again. The only way for us to win a championship, we have to have the mindset of that Chauncey Billups Detroit Pistons. If we don't worry about who's going to be all-star, who's going to be all-NBA, if Cat doesn't get big-headed because he's having an MVP season and we think we got to get him numbers, if we just play the right way, and you see how, remember y'all in the group chat when we played against San Antonio and Bridges started on fire, and for some reason they stopped giving him the ball for a minute, and I put in the group chat, yo, continue feeding Bridges the ball. That's the way we're going to win. The guy's on fire, give him the ball. So for me, it goes to Tom Thibodeau. His coaching style, and we all know when it comes to sports, the team plays the way the coach coaches.
Flea, I think AllBall has made a great point that it's not emphasized enough. Thibodeau's coaching style, the spirit, the culture of the team, it doesn't allow anybody to really get big-headed, because if you do, like when RJ Barrett did that and he pulled a rug from under him, like Cat coming here, he knew I already had a problem with Tibbs. Brunson's the man over here. I can't get big-headed. But all of that plays a factor, and the fact that, all right, we can say that and it's gossip, but the fact that Cat isn't just doing that, he's still getting the MVP talk because he's playing bananas. So the fact that you can push your ego to the side, that's all we ever wish for any one of our favorite players and our favorite teams, man.
He's got a great opportunity to solidify another 5 to 10 years in the NBA. Because I'm telling you, they're getting these older coaches the fuck out of here. If you don't got a championship on your resume, if you don't have long playoff runs on your resume, they are getting you the fuck out of here. I'm looking at coaches around the league, right? And there's I could probably name 5 coaches right now that have a pretty decent leash, right? Carlisle being one, Spoelstra being another, Popovich being one, Ty Lue being another. After that, it gets dicey after that, right? It gets dicey after that. Nobody is off limits to lose their job. So Tibbs has a great opportunity to solidify himself for a deep, long run as the head coach of the New York Knicks, because the coaches of yesteryear, if y'all not producing, they're getting y'all out of here.
But also shout out to Flea, because I'm quick to tear a general manager down and a coach down. Shout out to Mike Brown. You was trash as I thought you was.
That's disgusting what they did in Sacramento. Disgusting.
If you hold on, is this worse than getting fired after 5 games with the Lakers? Yo, Mike Brown's firing career is crazy.
He ran a practice, is walking to the plane to go to LA, and they fire him. He talked to the media after practice.
He flee.
And they walk into the plane and they fire him on the way to the plane. That's garbage.
It should have been worse than that. He should have got fired while he was coaching the game.
That's garbage.
Listen, I understand what you're saying.
Garbage, man.
But listen, man, right. I mean, Doc Rivers, but let's be realistic.
Yeah, another one. Okay, my fault. I forgot about Doc.
But see, as much as I'm not a fan of Doc, Milwaukee right now, they've turned it around. Mm-hmm. So, we got to be honest and consistent and keep it real. We got to have the same energy for everybody. I know we joke and play, but Flea, you made a great point. Listen, man, it's a new day. You cannot have all that talent and not be competitive. Like I said, it's different if you're winning close games or losing close games, but you're right in the mix. Sacramento took 2 steps backwards after adding DeMar DeRozan. After we thought that first round playoff series against Golden State, we said, oh, here we go. Sacramento was here. They're going to make the leap. And they just went backwards. So, Flea, you make a great point. You see that young coach over in San Antonio? He only 30. But they playing, they competing, they fighting. Now we know, you look on the bench and you see the assistant coaches and you see the OGs schooling these young dudes. But once again, you listen. Flea, I'm gonna make y'all laugh, and then you can go, Fabian. Right now, if you're a coach, if you ain't in that locker room playing NBA YoungBoy, you walking in there trying to play Frank Sinatra, it ain't working no more. And it's just that simple. If you want to go in there and be playing that old school, get your ass out of there. You better be walking in there playing Future and all that. So, listen, man, get it together. Get it together.
Sacramento is just a poorly run organization from the top down. You don't use, in my opinion, but it's the NBA, and we've seen it happen time and time again. Dwayne Casey was coach of the year and lost his job, right? Like George Karl, coach of the year one year, loses his job. That's something like we've seen it happen. I just think he just caught a raw deal. He just got an extension. They just gave you an extension in July, and then they fire you. I don't know. This is not even a halfway point. I just think he caught a raw deal. Coach of the year 2 years ago. Like it ain't. I don't believe it's on him on why they're not a good team. They're not defending the way they once did. All of them guys have Keegan Murray regressed. De'Aaron Fox is worrying about being the man instead of getting wins. Sabonis, like Fabian said, is fucking soft. Like there's a lot of shit about that team that they could start with before they decide to fire Mike Brown. So you fire Mike Brown now and bring in Doug Christie, dumbass. Okay, what we gonna do with Doug Christie now?
But Flea, you being a smart guy, come on, man. You my brother, and I know you smart. You know it's about to be a fire sale. Them letting Doug Creasy take over let you know they about to blow that whole thing up. Because we all know Doug Creasy couldn't coach me right now, pause. And I ain't got and
Mike
so
Brown took them to the playoffs for the first time in
right.
17 years.
But
So
but
you
but
telling
Flea,
me that he's the problem?
but Flea, listen, hold on, but listen, you gotta remember, and Fabian, how long I've been saying this now with Tom Thibodeau. I think the Knicks organization likes and respects Thibodeau more, so they wouldn't do him like that. But you cannot have a season how Sacramento's had, and then now the addition of DeMar DeRozan, we're supposed to get you over the hump, which I'm trying to figure out. He might be the boogeyman. He might be bad luck. Let's just be realistic. He ain't got luck nowhere he goes. It's just, I don't know what it is with him. But you cannot have that competitive first round series against Golden State, and then everybody now goes, okay, this is it. Sacramento is they about to get it right, and then you add one of the best players in the NBA, who people still consider a great player, and then you're just terrible. I mean, I get it. I don't like it, but I understand. I get it, but it just goes to show me they about to blow that whole thing up. I think DeMar DeRozan is going, and I think Fox and Sabonis. I think they out of there. I think they out of there.
I don't know how many times we got to see Mike Brown coach a team and not be impressed. I think that first season with Sacramento was obviously lightning in a bottle. Herder and Sabonis had a great like first month, and then Keegan Murray is like he hasn't been impressed. He really didn't impress me his rookie year. I was surprised he was hitting that many threes. He doesn't scare me at all. Like, and I don't know if that's a development, whatever it is. And I really wanted to pivot off of that because the coach of the year candidates are going to be what Flea always says, and then we gotta shed light on this. The teams that are winning the most are going to get the most attention. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Atkinson is going to be front runner right now, I believe, the coach of the year. Then you got to throw in maybe
Mostly,
the OKC.
with all these injuries.
I was getting there. The OKC coach, and then Ime Udoka's going to be in there. But Jamal Mosley's going through worse than what they're all going through, and they are competing against everybody. This is Jordy Fernandez is the only other guy who's impressed me more than anybody else, the Brooklyn Nets coach. That's it.
Yeah.
But he's not going to get the shine because, like you said, Flea, if you don't win, they're not going to give you the award. They're not giving no sub 500 team coach of the year. They're not going to do that. But to your point, Flea, Jamal Mosley has impressed us the last 2 or 3 years way more than Mike Brown has ever. For me, I just see it. I don't believe Mike Brown. That's the start of it. Then I don't see the adjustments. You're supposed to come from Golden State and change everything up. And where's the development? Where's the change in your team and the strategies? These guys are missing their 2 top stars. Can the Knicks be missing Cat and Jalen Brunson and compete for 10 games for a month, 2 months?
Cat and Brunson and stay afloat. Right.
Can they compete?
Be tough. Be very tough.
The fabric of this team is defense. Same thing with the Rockets. To your point, we gotta give light to the guys that really deserve it. This guy should be the front runner for coach of the year. I understand Cleveland's record, but I'm not more impressed with Cleveland than this. The game is tied again. This is impressive.
Well, it just goes to show, where basketball has gone. And, y'all both make great points as y'all always do. But this is, these are a lot of these awards. I don't agree with the criteria. Because, you may have a team that got 66 wins, but, they have all the talent in the world. And some of these teams ain't hard to coach. Let's be realistic. But then you may have another team that's been dealing with our Knicks last season, what we had to deal with, and to still win 50+ games, be a 2 seed, win in the first round, and go to game 7 in the second round. So, Fabian, I agree, and Flea, great point. Listen, man, and this is the Adam Silver problem. And it goes to what I just said a little while ago. When you have a basketball team, they play how the coach is coaching. The league is playing how Adam Silver is coaching. Simple and plain. And, a lot of these coaches, man, deserve a lot more respect. And I agree, Fabian. To a certain degree, Flea makes a good point with the Mike Brown thing. But, Mike Brown was never a good head coach, man. And I think certain guys is better being assistant head coaches. I think he's better on the sideline because he's going to always be the scapegoat. They do him dirty. They did my guy dirty in Milwaukee. Like you said, guys, get to the Eastern Conference. Look at Darvin Ham. So, Darvin Ham was young, Flea. So it's listen, man. I don't know what's going on as far as with this kind of stuff, but the Orlando Magic, man, listen, they're a team to be reckoned with, and when they're fully healthy, they're going to be a tough out, man. They're going to be a tough out.
Yo, Dom, if you listening, if you see JJ Redick in the streets, you better tell that man, yo, you ain't no Darvin Ham. Just shit on JJ Redick because that's crazy. This is laughable. Fish, you were right. JJ Redick is a scammer. He did the most intellectual scam of all time. Catch me if you can, baby. What the hell is going on? You ain't no Jamal Mosley. You ain't no Ime Udoka, JJ Redick. All that yelling at Stephen A. Smith for what? If he gets fired and has to come back on the YouTube streets and Stephen A. Smith is like this, just waiting for him, you know what? I'm rooting for that. Yeah, you made your 30 million,
so many
JJ.
times. That's happened so many times.
He'll be just fine. That ain't gonna be
happened.
Nothing.
Like Jeff Saturday went and got the head coaching job for the Colts, and he got fired and immediately turned back around and said, "First take me back, please, please." And he's back on First Take. Like this stuff happens, man.
No, it does not.
Like
I'm surprised you agree with this garbage. JJ Redick has been on a marketing campaign of how intelligent and how super genius he is. He has a chance to coach, and totally my guy. And I'm totally turned on his ass because you're looking trash out here.
What creates? Let me ask y'all a serious question. First year head coach. Forget the name. First year head coach. Fabian steps into the door. First year head coach. He's been on the internet for the last 5 years campaigning to become the head coach. He walks through the door and gets a pretty damn good team with the New York Knicks that has a Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson on the team that just came from the semifinals last season in the NBA playoffs. What constitutes a good start to the season for Fabian as a first-year head coach? What lets you know that he's on the right track?
I think the way, because the win-loss record can be misleading. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the way the players are responding to each game in, game out. Are they starting to get sick of your ass, JJ Redick? Because for me,
30 games?
Oh, Flea. This is what what's the guy Kendrick Perkins has been, who warned him about before he went to the NBA. Stephen A. Smith, yo, you come off like you some Ivy League schmuckety schmuck. That's all right. That for the first 5 games training camp, that's cool. Wait till y'all start getting tired. Wait till the LA media, the LeBron media starts getting to you. And the players got to sit around and go, oh, you letting them get away with that too? What you gonna tell me? You have to coach men. We know how this goes. We are mad, petty. We look for any reason to go I can't say that on live. You got a bunch of millionaires there sitting going, what's the easy way out right now? Yo, Jay, who are you talking to, JJ? I said it from back then. If you were to tell LeBron James, yo, Bronny ain't gonna be playing for no damn Lakers. The hell you talking about? In your own way. Start setting the tone. The rest of the team will be like, oh shit, we don't need you either. There's already rumors you going to the Warriors. How you bailing out on the Lakers already? You're part of the reason why I'm here. Like to me, these players, they echo this. You could see, you could tell. They're not impressed by no JJ Redick, man. What happened to the first 5 games when he was the most? Yo, look, Anthony Davis, they got him passing the ball from the elbow from over here. That all stopped.
Yeah, well, for me, I never was a head coach, so I don't know what it takes to be a great or good head coach. But I know watching the game, you can see who's a good head coach and who's not. And, a lot of these coaches, their teams are successful because of the talent. It's very rare that you see, like what Tom Thibodeau did last season, what the Orlando Magic is doing, what Spoelstra has been doing with Miami. You see Tyler Hero now? So, and the list can go on and on. But you can see when somebody's a good head coach and when somebody doesn't deserve to be
Y'all see
a
Dalton
head
Connect?
coach. Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
Just asking a
I
question.
mean,
No, he doesn't.
What are you talking?
looks
You're not
good.
even watching. Shut it. Cut it out. You're not even watching them.
It looks
You're not
good.
even watching.
But
I know you're
but
not
that-
watching Dalton.
He looked
Connect.
good since LeBron's came back. Since LeBron came back after his Peds vacation.
But you know what though, Flea? That's a good point.
What's
I
that?
think, JJ Redick, to be honest, I don't know how good of a coach he is until they get in the playoffs. Because I think when you have LeBron and Anthony Davis and you have a decent roster, I think you have enough to where you could just sit on the sideline and be whoever you want to be, and you're going to win some games. But I think once you get to the playoffs, if you do get to the playoffs, then we'll see how good of a coach you are. But for me, I watched the game long enough, and you can tell who's a good coach and who's not. And a lot of these guys are not good coaches, and that's why they're getting fired, because you cannot have a certain amount of talent and just be terrible. And that's how I look at it.
But yo, Flea, were you asking that sarcastically? Because Dalton Connect has fell off a cliff. He hasn't been the same since the first 5 or 10 games of the season.
I mean, you're talking about a rookie that's figuring out how to play the game, figuring out how to play the NBA game. I'm just saying it's one kid who has found himself in the starting lineup, and JJ is empowering the young kid. We asking Tibbs to do that, and he won't do it. So he got a kid that's good enough to start, and you throwing him out there, and you coaching him up to play, to get up to speed. So
but
I give more of a more rope to these NBA coaches, because I totally disagree with OG. There ain't a team in the league that's easy to coach. I don't agree with that. There ain't no teams that you could just get on the sideline and say, roll the ball out there and go get 55 wins and take me to the Western Conference Finals and solidify me as a good head coach. Ain't no team in the NBA that I don't think that's even good enough to take out Joe Mazzulla. If we think Boston is the best team in the league, take out Joe Mazzulla. Could we put anybody there and they'd still be a great team?
You couldn't put JJ Redick there. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
I'm just saying.
No, hold up. What can I respond just real quick? So,
Yeah.
Flea, I agree. I might have worded wrong. You're correct. It's definitely not easy to coach. I would never say that. But I think
I know what
somebody.
you meant. I know what you meant. I
Right.
wanted to use your point to
Right.
highlight. I know what you meant, though.
But some of these, like prime example, put JJ Redick as the Washington Wizards head coach. Let's see how good of a coach you are.
But he don't. But
No, that's what I mean.
right.
Yeah,
but he ain't gonna get
tell
that
me you're a
job.
good head coach?
He ain't gonna
but
get
I'm just
that
saying.
job.
Right, but I'm just saying. You want me to see you be a good head coach?
Mhm.
Let me see you coach the Washington Wizards up. Not saying they got to make the play in the playoffs, but be competitive. Cut out all the hoopla, all the joking and playing around, and let me see y'all be a disciplined basketball team and make some type of progress. See, that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, yeah, if you take Joe Mazzulla out, and let's say they put us 3 on the court staff of Boston, and we don't know what the hell we doing, they still going to win some ball games because they have the talent. Now, will they make a deep playoff run and win the? I doubt that. But I'm saying a lot of these coaches are put in perfect positions and they're finding their way to jam themselves up. It's nowhere in the world you're going to give me Sabonis, Fox, Monk, and then we add DeMar DeRozan, and I'm not doing the right thing.
And I'm
It's time to
5
go.
games under 500. 5 games.
Flea, they just lost 3 in a row, twice to the Lakers, and then they just so.
Fox
Go ahead.
gave up a 4-point play to Jaden Ivey last night to win the game. For Detroit to win the game.
He walked. It shouldn't have counted.
Well, he did. But the fact remains,
Flea,
you
what do I
fouled
say?
a 3-point shooter.
Flea, what do I always say? De'Aaron Fox, he said, yo, it's time to go to the club, fellas. Like, yo.
He might have done that on purpose.
Yeah,
It's time to go home.
Get me out of here.
And then they fired the coach the
And we
next
about
day.
Right. And we about to get this nigga out of here.
The writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
I do want to double down on this. If the AllBall TV family, if it becomes the AllBall coaching tree and AllBall's the head coach with them glasses, and we got Flea on the sideline as an assistant coach, and I'm there on the sideline just
nigga.
crazy.
We going to the chip, nigga.
Flea is text winner. I don't even know who I am. I'm playing some Dominican music in the background.
Nah, you gotta remember. Hold on. If Fish is on the coaching staff working these bum ass niggas out,
we have to have Fish. We have to have Fish on the coaching staff.
Like,
we can't go forward without having Fish on the coaching staff telling us what a bad job we're doing. And
nigga, we going to the chip.
Right.
There's
right
no way.
now, me, Fabian Flea with Fish on the Boston Celtics coaching staff, we winning the title. What y'all talking about?
It's a super team. It's not even fair. But
let me go ahead.
The point you made once you said with Connect and Tibbs, that's my point. All these guys run from Tibbs. They do not want. It's 50% of the league, 60% of the league said they don't want Tibbs as a coach. LeBron could never. You could never let somebody else run the squad. He would he's not letting Bronny be part of the team. He's not letting you do what you want to do, and that's part of why the Lakers are dismantling. It just is what it is, and it's the love and hate we got for Tibbs. This is the part that we love about him because we know if you're getting playing time, you earned it all the way. We don't even doubt you. Dalton Connect may not have earned it, may have been premature for him to be in the starting lineup. You benched D'Angelo Russell. We get it. He's up and down too, but that's a veteran.
Well,
I don't know if
playing well.
Yeah, but I don't know if he earned that demotion quite yet. And we're seeing now, I don't know if Dalton Connect quite earned that promotion. We're seeing it.
But hold on, fellas. Let's not forget, Dalton Connect is a first-round draft pick, top 20 pick. Let's not forget that. Our guys are second-round guys. So, it's tough, to start or play a second-round guy over veterans that's been proven. Especially when, like I said, Tom Thibodeau has to have the mindset of these next 2-3 years, we got to be real successful. Purdy and them guys, remember, Kolick, them guys is going to be there for the next 2-3 years learning, and then they get their shine. Right now, Tom Thibodeau has to win. And he can't make no vital mistakes. And the vital mistake can be playing one of those guys, and if they don't play well and play great, that's going to all be on Tibbs. So I think he's coaching the right way as far as the mindset of, got to use the veteran guys because, like I said, we gave you everything you wanted. You're a defensive-minded head coach. We gave you 2 great defenders. And now we gave you some offense. We gave you a superstar and a butter superstar. You got everything you want. So right now, he got to coach his butt off. And I think, the Dalton Connect situation, if Kolick and them guys was first-round draft picks, then I think it'd be a different story. But him being a first-round draft pick, I think the Lakers, a guy can't be a top 15, 20 pick, and you don't play him. So I think that's the difference.
I also got to use Flea's quote against him when McBride was telling Huck Porter, I earned my way. Just stick to the script. That's how I got playing. Trust me. That's how you earn Tibbs' trust. He vocalized exactly what we thought Tibbs is like because we've been around. We kind of learned his mentality by now. We just can't doubt that about him. Just hate his rotations in the playoffs, but definitely not if you earned his trust in the regular season and in the playoffs. Man, I can't wait to see if Kolick goes off and Huck Porter goes off. I can't wait till they do earn his trust and they're getting big time minutes in the regulars whenever. It's gonna be exciting.
Nigga just missed 2 free throws. I know y'all probably ahead of me a little bit.
I don't know where I'm at compared to y'all.
I'm at right now.
He caught a putback dunk. I don't know if it counted. I got the sound off.
It's a tie ball game. 12 seconds left. 54-54.
Oh no, I got it. 9 seconds left.
All right, yeah. So
I got it.
I ain't gonna say
0.7
nothing.
seconds left. Josh Hart at the.
Oh,
line.
me too. Yeah. Me too. Yeah, just okay. I'm sorry. I thought that was a 9.
Josh Hart at the line.
Take your glasses off. That's halftime, y'all. Listen, man. Hold on a second. What's wrong with me? What we talking about, man? All I know is this. Y'all know I love JJ Redick. I was rooting for him, but it's looking bad. And all I'm saying is, I don't got the Lakers on my parlay. Definitely not on my DraftKings. Never, ever. Not right now. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in on all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code ABTV. That's code ABTV for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. When you bet just $5, happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/b-ball. And we back.
Missed 4 free throws in a row.
Yep. Josh Hart missed 2.
Horrendous behavior. Game is tied 54-54, right?
That it is.
Listen, man, Knicks Magic ties 54-54 right now. Brunson leads the Knicks in scoring 14 points, 7 assists. Monster game so far. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Mikal Bridges, 9 points, 3 rebounds for Karl-Anthony Towns. That's a very low rebounding effort. 3 personal fouls. First half for Karl-Anthony Towns. Come on, man, get that together, man.
Yeah. For us to be successful, he got to find a way to stay on the floor, man. Listen, man, every game he commits at least minimum 3 fouls that he shouldn't commit. He's been in the league long enough to. How do you still commit these fouls that you shouldn't be committing? Like, come on, man. So, for us to be successful, Flea, he has to learn how to stay out of foul trouble.
I look at it a little too.
How does he do that, Flea? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I look at it like 2 different ways. I totally agree with y'all. You got to be a little more disciplined on the defensive end. You can't commit. You get 6, but you can't commit 3 that are just stupid, like bonehead plays. But for me, he's active, right? He ain't sleep out there. He's giving effort. If you fouling, discipline is something that we could figure out. Jaren Jackson Jr., the first 2 or 3 seasons I was watching, I was like, God damn, you can't stay on the floor to save your life because you're so undisciplined. What was it, year 3 or year 4? He's defensive player of the year. So I'm not saying Cat is that level. I'm just saying, like, if you committing dumb fouls because you just active, let's figure that out. But I love the fact that you at least trying to defend. Like,
but Flea, this is his damn near 10th year in the league, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, yo, bruh, like, that could be the difference of us at halftime being up 10 because you can stay on the floor. And there's too many games where I'm just going, yo, bruh, what you stick your hand in it for? Why did you do this? And it's just like, yo, you not, like you just said, you're not first, second, third year in the league. Yeah. You're a vet, bro. Like, come on, man. And it's like, for us to be able to be successful, he has to be able to stay on the floor.
That's good, right? That's good.
Listen, I can't wait till I get me some fires. Ooh, I'm telling you right now. Man, these are $4 joints out of Dwayne Reed. Listen, when I go get me some Cartiers,
ooh, that nigga's gonna be bad.
Man, y'all niggas gonna be in trouble.
Shout out to RP, man. He says since all balls put on glasses, he has started to see Flea's points more.
We still disagree all day long.
On everything.
RP starting to get the Anakin. I can sense it, Flea. RP starting to turn back to Anakin, make that turn. He's gonna start flaming us again. He was, I don't know if you noticed, all October and November. This guy was in the holiday season early. RP, like, what is this? Why you being nice to me?
Right.
Yeah, we don't want that, RP. We want the Aussie lunatic, man. The kangaroo, bang, bang, bang.
The menace from
I don't know if that's
Australia.
racist, sorry.
Yeah, Monkey Wrench belt. Yes, this game is really tied up. But you know what? If you've been watching the Knicks as long as we've been and been a Knicks fan, this is what we do. And I see, I have no problem with it being tied up. Games like this, you just want to win. That's it.
Fabian, you said exactly what Monkey Wrench said about Orlando. Maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. You said the way they play this year is the way we played last year.
Oh, I think the way Orlando has played the last 2 years has been the same way. The way that since Tibbs and Randall and Mitchell Robinson, when they're always healthy, it's the same style. But you got it's different though, bro, because your top 2 guys are missing, and Franz Wagner's a tough defender. So you miss another guy who could rotate. dog, yo, the Celtics do not want to see them in the playoffs, man. I've been saying that since last year.
That's
They don't.
wild luck. Your two best players get hurt with the same exact injury, and then dude that might have won. Let's keep it a buck. Mo was in the running for 6th man of the year this year. I don't care what nobody says. He was in the running to win that. He was coming off that Orlando bench, hooping, and he tears his ACL. Like that's tough luck for that team because they play so well.
As you know, I love Mo Wagner, but we hate him because we're Knicks fans.
Yeah, of course.
That's still tough to see because we want to beat him. No, we don't want you to be out. We want Cat to dog you.
We don't wish injury on nobody, but you know what? I can't wait till, God willing, we all healthy, living 20, 30 years from now when they do, you know, a documentary on the 2024-25 season about all these injuries, man. Like, I really want to know what's going on. Big shout out to my guy, Jordan Webster, my guy from Vegas. And he was letting me know. Remember, he trained DeAndre Ayton, Brandon McCoy. Big shout out Brandon McCoy. And he also trained the young man, I think he just signed with Miami. He went to Arizona. Mikhail, I forgot his name, but I get it.
Or Khalil Ware.
No, not him. Iguodala looking type kid. I get his name, but he told me, he's like, yo, too, you know, they overtraining guys. He said all these tears, all these injuries. So I would love to hear, like, you know, some official doctors and nutritionists and certain trainers. I want to hear like what's really going on, because this is, my opinion, in a lot of these injuries, like y'all seen Luka up there, is non-contact. It's non-contact. So I really want to know what's going on and why is everybody getting injured like this? Like you said, man, this season, this shit is crazy. It's crazy, and it keeps reoccurring. So I can't wait, you know, to see like a real in-depth documentary or story on how can you stay healthy. Now, you know, I understand, you know, certain things are inevitable, but I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't.
Flea, I just don't think they meant to.
Fitz, just to let you know, high school, I was averaging 25. I'm just telling you that. Yeah. I'm just, yeah.
I don't think these 6'7", 6'8" guys are designed, like the human body's not meant to be doing all this. Like they had a center. You're gonna see it in football too. They're gonna tear all their body parts. You're not meant to do all this. They're too big to be moving around like this. There's a reason why you had centers to, you know, slow the game down. This is too crazy. And it's every year. It's not like, remember that year with when the Bucks won the championship, the Lakers and the Nets got hurt. They were the two best teams in the league. Like what happened with Kyrie and Harden, it was just back to back, all these injuries. I don't think they're meant to play this many possessions. And then, like Gilbert Arenas made a good point. Y'all don't even start training camp until like right before. And then right when you start training camp, you don't even practice that much. So you're telling me I'm not even practicing and I got to go play Luka Doncic tomorrow to start the season off for 48 minutes? That don't make any sense. I never prepared for that. So it seems like a lot of like, how are they not practicing? That sounds like the weirdest thing I ever heard in my life, and they're just cool with it. I don't get that part. And then, you know, with Tibbs, he practices as much as possible. So going back to him, I like the fact that we got a coach that puts his foot down. We're going to go practice as much as possible. But I don't, to my original point, I don't think that we're designed to go play ball like this. I think they try to change the game and evolve it way too fast.
I disagree. I wish harm on no one. I wish injury on no one. But look at a guy like Wemby. He hasn't been injured. But when you see his workouts and his routines and his stretches and, you know, the things he do, I'm just saying he's 7'5". You know, and a lot of them guys by their second, third, whatever season, you could tell, this ain't gonna last. So that young man is doing something right. I'm just saying, listen, man, I don't know what these guys are eating. I don't know if they're stretching. I don't know what they're doing. But to me, it's too much. And I don't wish that on nobody, but it's too much. It's too much. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't agree. I think injury is just a part of the game. It just is what it is. I go back to Jordan coming in the league first year, breaking his foot, right? Like shit just happens, and you know you got to deal with it. For me, I start look.
Flea, he ain't break his foot, but he ain't break his foot every year though.
And see, you teed it up right where I was going. But there's some guys that are consistently getting injured. Like, what are you not doing to be able to take care of your body? What are you not doing to understand that you're on a professional level and there's just things that you got to do to adjust to the NBA game? I'm missing what guys are not doing and what other guys are doing. They made a huge deal about Steph Curry, his ankles. Let's keep it real. That was only 1 year, 1 season. After that, did he tweak it on occasions throughout the year? Yeah,
Right.
But he was able to stay healthy, figure
Right.
out how to get my lower extremities to be strong, and win 4 championships and be around.
He figured some shit out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I always go back to Bradley Beal. You go back and look at Brad Bill's first 1, 2, 3 seasons in the league, 4 maybe. Brad couldn't stay on the floor,
Right.
couldn't stay healthy, never play over 65, 70 games. Of course, he figures his body out, and now back-to-back scoring champ, or one-time scoring champ, was able to play next to John Wall. They were a playoff team for many years. Like, there's guys that be like, oh damn, why you can't figure this out? What are you doing wrong? Because you're doing something wrong.
Can I give my opinion on what I think is going on? Now, let me just say this, right? Because you brought up Michael Jordan. That was a great that was great. Mike first whatever years, flying high in the air, banging, just he realized I'm not going to have a career like that, right? You can really get injured and really get hurt. So I'm gonna get in the weight, I'm gonna get in the gym, and I'm gonna change my whole game, right? I'm saying what Fabian, you said a lot of these guys are not meant to, let's say at 6'9", 6'10", you damn near running a 40 up and down the ball, up and down the court with the ball. Why aren't you doing any and everything in your power to go, okay, that may not be good for me, so let me slow it up a little bit. Let me go in the post mode. Let me do this. Let me do that. Why y'all guys not doing whatever it takes to get healthy? Here's my opinion. These guys are supremely talented. They have been touched by God. A lot of these guys are so talented and gifted to where they don't have to practice. They don't have to stretch. They don't have to eat well. I think they just going off of, I'm that good. It is what it is. It's a select few, like Flea just said, that's going to take the time, like God rest his soul, a Kobe Mamba Bean Bryant, and go, you know what? I'm going to turn, like I love what Gilbert said. And, I never agree with nothing he says. Kobe turned himself into a Bugatti. I'm saying, when are these guys going to understand what it takes, like a Steph Curry, and do what it takes to stay healthy? Whatever that is. So meaning like a stupid ass idiot like Joel Embiid who gets injured during pre-game. Why? Because your big ass is on the 3-point line practicing threes and you step and hit somebody's ankle. No, get on a block and practice some green moves. Practice some free throws. So I'm saying, if you're Paul George, don't try to be a point guard. Do whatever it takes.
But that's kind of my point. Why is Joel Embiid trying to be a little man? Why they have all the big men playing little men? Back in the day, it's just like, to me, I always compare it to football. You got a running back style. Now you control the clock. All these other teams have players that can control the clock, and really, there's less wear and tear on the skilled, so-called skilled players. They're not supposed to have the ball that much. I don't care what sport it is. It's physical. Once that happens, it's going to take a toll on you. Joel Embiid should not be out there prancing and dancing, doing all that. If he had his footwork in the post, running up and down the court, going from post to post, one end to one end, from one end of the court to the other, it's a difficult toll on his body. Not to say that he's going to take it. I can't tell if he's going to be healthy or not. I don't know. And also to compare them to the Stephs and the Kobes of the world, there ain't never been too many of them guys. Those are the elite of the elite of the elite. Someone like Ray Allen, who was able to adjust his game from going from a damn near a superstar to going, I'm gonna be a superstar role player. That's never been normal. That's never happened every like, I'm kind of sick and tired of the fact that we always gotta have this nostalgia that everybody just played hard back in the day. I don't believe that. Teams were terrible back then. They were on coke. This was like, certain things to me don't make sense. I think taking away the big man allows for this kind of stuff, and also you can't expect everybody to be Steph Curry, bro. That is a different level of mentality.
But I think you're conflating two things.
Yeah.
One, about the talent. I don't think we can confuse. Nobody is going to come around and be Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, even a Joel Embiid. Not a lot of niggas. You're not going to find a lot of Joel Embiids out there. But I just think the actual work ethic to take care of your body is really the point. And I don't think you have to be a supreme athlete to figure out that, yo, I am on this level and I need to do certain things to take care of my body. I don't need to be a 30-point scorer to realize that, yo, I need to do things prior and I need to do things after to make sure that I can maintain a 10 to 15-year career if that's what I want to do. Yes, everybody's not going to be Kobe Bryant to play through injuries, but you can do things that require, like, they're teaching these kids, yo, show up early, 2 hours early, to do whatever you got to do prior. And then 2 hours after, you need to be spending time on recovery. You need to be spending time on stretching, massages. All these type of things matter. And these guys don't want to do it. What you said, De'Aaron Fox was trying to get to the club. He wasn't trying to get to the trainer's table to get treatment, right? Like, everybody has a different mentality. And I think that is what we need to start highlighting with some of these athletes, that, yo, put the work in. You ain't gonna beat Steph Curry, but you can take care of your body.
But that proves my point, because Joel Embiid is trying to be Steph Curry and not Akeem Olajuwon, and it's easier for him to go try to be Akeem than it is Steph Curry. And the rules, the marketing, the league is telling him to go be Steph. Go be, like, obviously, if he had a better work ethic, he'll be closer to that dream. But the game is telling the big man to go play like Steph. More of them cannot do that. It's harder for them to go do that, and they tell them to go do that, and they don't even practice. They're training these stupid step back 3-pointers, and when it's time to go play the game, they go hurt themselves and go twist all kind of meniscuses and whatever hell's going on.
Well, for me, y'all both make great points, and I don't disagree with nothing y'all just said. My whole thing is, it's too many of the star players being hurt. These are not role players. These are not bench players. We have all the star players getting hurt. So, injury is part of the game. That's part of life. I get that. I'm not, but it's too many where you literally have 10 to 15 of the best players in the world all injured. It's ridiculous. It's too much. I'm sorry. It's too much.
Good to see the sporting page back with us.
Oh, man, big shout out.
Sporting page. Real quick, man.
What up, sporting page? But don't you think, if it's 10, 15 stars in this era, it's 10 to 15 guys that are all perimeter dudes. Back in the day, it was the Shaqs, Akeems, Patrick Ewing. How many times did they miss multiple years like that? I don't remember that. So now they're carrying the whole league.
When fucking Anthony Lang, whatever his punk ass name is, from the Milwaukee Bucks, knocked Patrick out the end, he broke his wrist that year, right? If y'all Knicks fans, y'all remember what I'm talking about. That was the first real injury that Patrick Ewing dealt with since his rookie year. Rookie year, he played like 50 games. He won Rookie of the Year, but he played like 50, 55 games or something like that. That was the first real injury. We're talking about a nigga that had bad knees his entire career, but he didn't miss games. That year that they drafted Duncan was the first year David Robinson ever dealt with a real injury, and that was his back. Mm-hmm. Right? How many times did Dream play 75 to 82 games? So I get your point. Fabian. I get it.
I just think basketball was not meant to be. We want it to be this. I think a lot our imagination is, oh yeah, they could just, this is more skilled. They could cross over and could shoot from half court, and it's like, yeah, that sounds good, but that ain't basketball. The reality of it is, you gotta have that 7-footer be a 7-footer. The more you try to make him a point guard, I think this happens more. And you don't even have that. How many 7-foot stars are there really? Back in the day, there were way more 7-foot stars.
Yeah, but I don't. My thing is, 7-foot star. I don't care what height, what size you is, pause. But it's too many guys getting injured and hurt. You got guys like John Moran who eventually is going to have to change their game. You can't keep flying. He even said it himself. Yo, I'm not gonna be dunking and flying in the air like that every game. You know, so I just feel these guys got to figure out a way to just stay healthy and stay on the court. And I think it's listen, man, a guy like Luca, you can tell he's not doing what it takes to keep himself healthy and in shape. I'm
Cat got
sorry.
4 fouls with 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Wrap
I hear
this
what
up,
you're saying.
man. I gotta watch this
I
game, man. No, I know, but I'm getting aggravated. Offensive.
Yeah.
That just seems to be his thing.
We just spoke about that.
Yeah. And that's being undisciplined.
But hold on. But the play before that, he could have been called for offensive foul, and they gave him a break when he shoved Suggs, but they gave him an and one.
Bitstadi, or whatever his name is, can't guard Karl Anthony Towns. So slow down a second. Be patient. Get to your bucket. He can't guard you. Why? Like, ridiculous.
Still got 4 fouls, and it ain't been 3 minutes played yet.
My thing is, there's confusion about Karl Anthony Towns before we go. Like, he's kind of like, if we talk about, you know, they try to say he's the best big man offensive shooter ever. Okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna argue that shit. But if you're that much,
that's only about percentage.
They say 3-point shot, not the best.
Yeah,
but they're saying he's the best big man to shoot the 3.
They say he's the best shooting big man ever. That's what I've heard over and over, and I just laugh because it's Dirk, right? But that's not even the point. The point is he is super skilled. It's not like this isn't the pump fake, the jab step. There's a lot to, and especially when he's kind of doofy and he gets it off. He gets it off. So my thing is, that's part of how you should not be. You shouldn't let Bitstadi get a charge on you. You should be able to avoid a lot of these things, which is that's the difference between Cat and like the Joker. Joker does not waste movement. Cat is so busy trying to have to do the herky-jerky stuff to get a move. It's almost like Bitstadi knows, I'm just going to stand right here because you're going to do something crazy.
Orlando is so scrappy and annoying. Lord have mercy.
That's the other thing.
Motor don't stop.
That's the other thing too. They're switching on you, and all the teams that switch, man. But they can switch. The Houston, Orlando, Atlanta switches on us crazy. Jalen Johnson's a big kid. Dyson Daniels is a big kid.
Most improved player, Jalen Johnson.
He got him most.
He got to win that this year. Who you got over him?
Most improved?
Yeah, right now.
Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, baby.
And I saw somebody on the internet say it, and I forget who it was, but they was like, the most improved player award is the dumbest award in basketball, at least how they award it. And start looking at the guys that won it, and it's like, yeah, give it to the guys that actually make the improvement, not the guys that we know at some point supposed to be stars, but because they starting to ascend, now he wins the award. Like, give it to the guy that's actually made the biggest leap. Ja Morant won it a couple years ago. We knew Ja was going to be good. Why the fuck is he going to win most improved? Or even a guy like Brandon Ingram. Like, these guys are first and second, NBA draft picks.
Yeah,
and
that award is weird.
It's weird.
That award is weird.
If Ja would have averaged 40, then I understood it. But he didn't. Like there was expectation for Ja to be like that. That's what he was supposed to be. So I'm with you, Flea. Ja didn't do nothing that was double the player that we thought. None of that. You cannot take that award from the guys that were normally used to rewarding. Like,
Kobe White. Give Kobe White the award. He was the most improved. Like I don't know. It's just a weird. It's weird.
Before we get out of here, do y'all see Zach LaVine?
What about him?
He busting these niggas' ass out here. That's what about him. Yeah.
They just gave up 50 points in the fourth quarter last night to Atlanta. Get Chicago the fuck out of here.
Yo, Flea,
I understand.
Yo, Flea, Cat's playing so well. I can't talk up shit about none of AllBall's predictions and whatever players he wants from whatever team, man. I'm disgusted. Especially if they're a former Timberwolf. I'm not arguing with AllBall, man. You want your Zach LaVine, man? Go have at it with his $60 million along with Cat's $60 million. I cannot argue with you, AllBall.
He gonna be somewhere in a few weeks. He ain't gonna be in Chicago no more. Denver shooting at him. I would love Denver to go get him so they could send Michael Porter to Chicago and he can waste away. We'll never see him again.
And we want to see Joker be great, man. Compete at a high level with a team, man.
They're 11-11 as Jamal Murray as their starting point guard. They're 6-1 as Russell Westbrook as their starting point guard. I just want to remind you, OG, just to let you know, if you wasn't sure.
That's a great point. They might have to make some adjustments. I don't know if Jamal Murray deserves to still be over there. So we talk about Michael Porter Jr.
Right.
Jamal Murray might have to get up out of there too.
Throwing ice packs on the court, Flea.
That's nasty. After winning the chip, they come off the chip.
He doesn't look happy. He isn't playing happy. He looks like he don't want to be there. Give him what he wants. Send him to Washington.
That's where everybody going, OG.
That's a fact.
Suckers.
I know what y'all niggas really want. Y'all want to do what y'all want. Go ahead.
Oh, we live?
Big Flea. That was a little one, y'all. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yo, he said send his ass to DC, man. That shit was hilarious. Hey, y'all. Oh, today's Friday. Y'all don't even know what day it is. This is bananas. Knicks, hopefully we come back down 58. Is it 59, 58? 8 minutes left. Cat, 4 fouls. We're disgusted, but love y'all. Change gonna come, though. Change gonna come. Get ready. Get ready. January 1st is coming up. The New Year's coming up. AllBall TV stepping up. We rock with y'all. Love y'all. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Fish. Everybody. Yo, Darlene, we ain't see you, man. La Turia. Where y'all at, man? It's too late for y'all?
It's Friday night, y'all. They outside.
I don't care where they are, Flea.
Or
get on your phone and hit me up.
Or they might be at OG crib. We don't know.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.